The 2016 Italian Grand Prix saw Jorge Lorenzo take a dramatic victory by just 19 thousandths of a second from Marc Marquez at Mugello, extending his championship lead over his title rival to 10 points in the process. It also saw a shed load of overtakes, with most of the action happening at San Donato, Materazzi, Arrabbiata 1, Scarperia, Corrental and the Biondetti chicane. So let's take a look at some of the best. First up, we've got the onboard of Valentino Rossi making a move on his teammate Jorge Lorenzo for the lead at the start of just the second lap. Watch out, Rossi comes out the slipstream, tries to outbrake Lorenzo, but just can't get it stopped, running wide and letting the Spaniard back through. Up next is the battle between the two Andreas on the factory Ducatis for third. With 6 laps to go, Dovizioso made this nice clean move on Iannone, underbraking into San Donato. From the onboard, you can see how he just squeezes up the inside and is able to get his bike stopped in time to make it stick. Now, on to the epic battle between Lorenzo and Marc Marquez in the latter stages of the race. Marquez, like Rossi before, trying to outbrake Lorenzo into San Donato as they started the penultimate lap, but like many found out, Lorenzo's a bit good on the brakes there and he was unable to get it stopped. Bradley Smith now with a classic Mugello overtake on Alasia Spargo for 7th on lap 16. The Brit carrying more speed through Materazzi to allow him to cut across Suzuki right up through Borgo San Lorenzo. Back to the Lorenzo Marquez scrap on the final lap. Marquez was finally able to make a move stick and take the lead properly for the first time when he made that brave move heading into Materazzi. Not to be outdone, his teammate Danny Pedrosa put this nice block pass on Andrea Iannone with 3 laps remaining in the battle for the final podium spot. The Spaniard able to carry more speed out of Cervelli and jamming up the inside and nicking the racing line from Iannone. Yikes! Back to Lorenzo versus Marquez, and this is the first warning shot Marquez fired to his rival when, with 4 laps remaining, he tried to make it past at Scarperia. But he just carries too much speed, as you can see from the onboard, running wide and once again allowing Lorenzo to get the cut back through Pelagio. Time for Andrea Iannone to get his revenge on Dovi now as he makes this move in front of the Ducati grandstand at Corrental with 6 laps to go. Dovi said afterwards he was suffering from arm pump, and you can see from Jose's on board how his teammate is just able to hold a tighter line through the sweeping right-hander to secure third. Right then, and on to the final moments of the epic last lap between Lorenzo and Marquez as Lorenzo tries to retake the lead with an audacious move through the Biondetti chicane, but as the reigning champion said afterwards, he used a bit too much throttle and Marquez was able to come back through. Lorenzo tries it again into the final corner, but Marquez takes the perfect defensive line. However, as you can see, this actually allows Lorenzo to take a slightly more sweeping line, enabling to get on the power early and into the slipstream, which then, combined with a slight wheelie from Marquez as he tried to get the power down, saw Lorenzo out-drag him to the line in incredible fashion to take the win by just 19 thousandths of a second. And that's your Overtake Analysis from Mugello. Up next, it's the Catalan Grand Prix on the 5th of June.